skies and boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
Enjoying yourself for a change?
Do have a moment to speak further. Adventure.
You and your adventures. I trust you have not forgotten the true purpose of our voyage?
At last, we have come to the land you call the New World. My home. Put out.
Hello, everybody. I don't know. Hello. Is this on? Hello. Welcome to Dawntrail. This would be a recording. If I could record. Saying that because for whatever reason, I can't record. At all. I don't know if it's because I don't have enough space on my computer, or I have the encoding wrong, or what. But I have 12 videos I need to edit, and I can't do it without everything, without my program crashing on me. So hopefully this works, because I have nowhere way else to do any of this. So I'm at the end of this. Yep. Pack your shit. Let's go. Anyway, I guess you'll see the cutscene for the end of it, so I'll let it play while whatever. But I don't know why, but every time I try to record something, it corrupts.
When does the next ship set sail? May I ask your destination? The north and east I've already seen. I suppose I'll head west this time. West, you say?
Anyway, does this even sound on? So we have, oh God, I can't remember names. Hey, those two.
I see you've made up your mind.
Bankerhead.
I had a feeling you'd be keen.
But to think that
And
our
Urianje.
comrades too are thither bound. Fate doth work in mysterious ways.
Indeed. It will be a grueling task, having to contend with them.
Estinian, sorry. I know the name.
If the prospect doth trouble thee, 'tis not too late to decline the petition. Though thine expression would suggest thou art far from perturbed.
Oh, how could I possibly be, knowing what's to come?
Then let us delay no further and secure passage on a vessel.
Aye. This will be a mission to remember. Come, my friend. We make for Taral.
There's my character.
you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty? Or the treasure islands beyond the frozen waters of Blind Frost in Offerhead's north? The fabled golden cities of the New World?
Which anchor? We weigh anchor now, the tide is high, the dawn of a new adventure nigh. Row forth to break horizon's bond and tread the gilded path, something another. Okay, so this is where the story begins for Dawntrail. So I haven't been able to do any side stuff. I haven't been able to do any grinding. So it's going to be a long run, I'm sure. So, a new world to explore. Ah, welcome back. I just got word from Erinville. He has managed to secure passage aboard the guild ship vessel. What happened to OBS? Okay, let's try that. Sorry, I was doing some setting stuff there. Anyway. Why don't you wait in the main hall while I go and inform your travel companions? Should only take a moment. Okay, so before I begin, this whole like each one of the stories revolves around a particular land area. So like Rasenhad is India. Can't remember them all. One of the desert area is somewhere in the Middle East, I believe. But this story is all about basically Latin America, Mexico, that whole group. So that is the theme of the story. So I will hope that I can get those other episodes uploaded at some point. So hopefully it's a thing. It happens. Oaka Ajka give us good news. We made ready to set sail at a moment's notice. The only one yet to arrive is Erinville himself. There he is. Ah, you're all here. It took some persuasion, but the Gleaners Guild ship has granted us places aboard a vessel bound for Tural. There are other passengers, researchers and artisans and the like, so we'll need to share a deck space. That's fine, Ernville. I doubt anyone expected we'd have the ship all to ourselves. They're not casting off just yet, so if you have any lingering concerns, now is the time to voice them. I wouldn't call it a concern, but everyone's still clear on what we'll be doing in Terrell, yes? We haven't forgotten. The nation of Turialo, Tuliolao, I have to hear it more to pick it up, is in the midst of deciding its next ruler. As your chosen allies, we shall assist you during the rite of succession and support your bid to become Dawnservant. In addition to that, Alpha Noah and I have another objective. As part of its reconstruction, Galamod seeks to reconcile and re-engage with its neighbors. By visiting Terrell, we hope to learn more about how its myriad cultures interact with one another, how they find common ground, develop stronger ties, the sort of insights that might help our friends in Islabar. But we'll pursue this goal in our own time. You can be assured that we'll give the contest all due attention. That's all I ask. In other words, you're all welcome to do as you like. You wanted to find out about your grandfather, right, Crow? Yes, as far as we could determine from the old missive I found, he had been tasked with investigating the Golden City by your father, the Dawn Servant. Yet, oddly enough, we have no record of that investigation in our archives, and nothing to explain the earring which accompanied the letter. Thus, for reasons both official and personal, I should very much like to get to the bottom of this mystery. I'm sure there'll be a chance to speak with Papa. You can get all the answers right from the source. I look forward to meeting him. In any case, you're not the only one of interest in the City of Gold. The Golden City is a children's bedtime story. I am part of this expedition only because the third promise as commanded that I serve as guide. Still playing the part of a stoic servant, I see. What of you? Don't you dare tell me you've changed your mind. I go wherever adventure is to be found. Aye, that's what they tell me. Right then, if all are still committed to the journey, then I say we shall make ready to depart. Okay, I guess we're going outside. Oh, a Minder. I should probably do this. I have no idea what's coming ahead of me because I am going to not look at the quest line. Because this game has been out for about a month now already, so it's already up and ready. Eager as they are, the others have already left for the harbor. We are not in danger of missing the boarding call, but perhaps we should be on our way as well. So if you hear this, I have coffee with ice in it. It's not iced coffee, it's just coffee with ice in it.
Savoring the moment, I can feel your excitement, your eagerness to explore the unknown.
Well, for once, the fate of the world doesn't rest on our shoulders. We might even get a chance to enjoy ourselves.
Do not be so quick to relax. Though Tural may seem but a short sail away on a map, the vast seas between brim with peril. The treacherous waters of Shade's Triangle alone have claimed countless vessels. Even following the safe route plotted by Admiral Bufiswin herself, this will be no pleasure cruise.
Perhaps, but my voyage here was uneventful enough. Disappointingly so.
Either way, the two of you have first-hand experience, which will be of great comfort in the days ahead, I'm
Is
sure.
the Admiral going to be our captain? That'd be awesome.
Aye, it's nothing new to us.
All aboard! We're casting off!
It's time. I trust you have everything you need?
Yes, and I'm still staying as tank. Still staying as a tank.
And so does our ship cast off from the docks. We sail west, as Kettenram did some 80 years past, bound for the New World, known to her children as the continent of Tural.
Just wait, Papa. When this contest is said and done, it'll be your daughter who sits the throne. Me! Woklamat!
There's the new map. Leaving Eorzea behind.
Smooth sailing so far?
Aye, so far so good. But this sea, she's a fickle one. Calm one moment, blowing a gale the next.
I'll take my rest while I can then.
We left port what seems an age ago now, and we've seen naught but open water ahead. I knew Tural was far, but it's another thing to really know. Speaking of which, some of our fellow passengers have made this trip before. Several times, in fact. I was able to learn a few things about Tuliolal and the right of succession. Since we still have a long way to go, why not have a chat with them yourself? I'm sure you have questions of your own.
No, not really, but okay. Anyway, let's see here. Trial. I guess I'll talk to this person. Ah, this is my first visit to Dawntrail. Fongenatine is the name. I was working with Styma's Aesthetics in Ulda, you see. But my employment with them came to an end. That's why I visited Charlian in hopes of starting over. While I was attempting, or failing, to find a new job, I seized the chance to board this vessel when I overheard room for another passenger suddenly opened up. So I'm told the Dawn Servant welcomes all regardless of origin. So Tulial seemed to be the perfect place to begin anew. Hopefully things will be better this time. Alizé. An XIL, huh?
You see, and it's happy. It's already fine. And you great and famous hero. Yeah. I've had enough of playing the simpleton. There was a time when we took great pains to maintain the deception. But with no more of you Erosians coming to Tyrul, it became impractical. Besides, my mercenary days are over. Too many of our war band have fallen, so we came home to lick our wounds.
Okay, cool. My story? Well, you ask. I wanted to retrace the historic journey of the great Catamaran. You know, the first Eorzean to set foot in Dawntrail almost 80 years ago. The Mamojaz Litas said there to have welcomed Catamaran with open arms and sent him home with a bounty of silverware as a token of their friendship. But the real treasure was the crops he brought back. Papatos, tomatoes, and corn, which spread across Eorzea like wildfire. His grand adventure led to a culinary revolution. The tales of Catamaran returned to Dawntrail several times after that, but his ship vanished during his last recorded voyage, and he was never heard from again. That even a seasoned explorer like him could meet such an end at the testimony of the ocean's peril. I'm curious, is it really just ocean as far as we can see? At least the ocean looks like ocean. That is actually a very simplistic set. I wonder if you were to actually stand here, would it eventually land in there, or is the ship just not moving and the water is? I think the water's moving, not the ship. Huh. Little aesthetics like that, which I like. Really do. Anyway, what is about this trader? An answer, I presume? I'm a merchant myself, based in Ulda. Specialty imports and exports, Eorzea and Corellia both. If this is your first crossing the salt, as they say, do remember that the social mores of Eorza are not necessarily the same as those over yonder. Consider this. It is not common for various races to refer to instead by their clan names. For the Mahito, the Hetasaro, the Horathgar, the Zarabal. Not because every member is of a given clan is of the same race, mind, but that many individuals of said race are associated with the clan. A far assumption in certain cases, but take care not to give offense. Oh, okay. I also know. Can I kick you overboard? Just one nice good punt and you're overboard. If you're new to this channel, you know my disdain for Alphino. If you want to make a wager, we're taking bets on duels be sat next in the Dawn Servant's shiny chair. There are 4 claimants to the right of succession. Your young Luck Lamont being one of them, of course. But from what the Malja bloke was telling us, there are 3 others are all strong contenders. Not too many keen on risk their coin on the 3rd promise. Okay? Oh, that takes me back to Charlian. Okay. That's an interesting way of doing it. How you doing, girl? Deep breaths. It's weird that a character is my height. Like, the beast tribes, I understand. The ogre guys, I understand. And the elves, I understand. But everybody else, my character's maxed on size. So come on. Did you learn of anything interest? Not really. Don't play a race card. Ah, I haven't heard about the clan names. We should have Wolf Lamont and Ehrenwald teach us the ones we should know. Actually, it's getting a bit chilly up here on the deck. Let's all gather in the cabin. Oh, it's raining. Great.
We're in for a proper storm, it seems.
How's your stomach? Any better?
I don't know what you mean. I don't get seasick. I'm just feeling a little nauseous is all.
Isn't that what seasickness is?
Erenville, you were born in Tural, yes? Do many of you ever live there?
The Shatona, as my people are called, have settlements mainly in the north, in Shaktural.
And your family?
I know nothing of my father, not even his name. As for my mother...
Where are the teeth of the narrow lads? Reef that sail for the mast snaps!
Oh dear.
Sounds like we have to go repair the deck.
Hills are watch! This wind's too strong to take in your sail! I'm falling off the mast! We need help! Get in below decks first! Quickly! Before he's washed overboard!
Come, we should lend what aid we can.
I have not seen the ocean rage with such fury before or since.
So we just got a really bad hurricane. Or something is about to attack.
The heaving waves tossed our ship about like a toy, sending sailors tumbling. The dauntless Alizé, quick to the rescue, was almost lost to the sea herself.
Oh, they're gone. Right? No?
champion rushed to deploy the vessel's magical defenses, and thereby shield us from the lightning. What an extraordinary life she must lead to be able to operate such a device with practiced ease.
I fought Leviathan way too many times.
Vuklama, too, threw herself into the rescue efforts, though one might have mistaken her for another soul in distress. By the time the unruly seas had calmed, our strength was all but spent, and we had yet to even glimpse the shores of Tural. In retrospect, of course, that battle against the storm would prove a fitting prelude to the coming contest for the throne.
Morning. Joining us for some fresh air? Seems my belly has settled along with the weather, but I'll feel much better once we're on solid ground. Ugh. Can't be much farther now, can it?
Seabirds. Land must be near. You need only hold out a while longer.
For a dark moment, I thought the ocean might swallow us. Glad to have my pessimism proven wrong.
In other good news, I examined the sailor who took a fall, and he's faring well. I'm sure he'll make a full recovery.
Good news indeed. If all's well, then we needn't delay in launching the landing boat. Ships have to lower anchors some way from shore. Too close, and they risk having their underbellies ripped open by the reefs that crowd Tuliola's coasts. Come.
Thanks for bringing us all this way.
Ha! We only did what we were paid to do. Couldn't hardly set you adrift halfway. If anything, it should be us thanking you for helping us through that beast of a storm. As a matter of fact, everyone's starting to fancy your chances in the contest. At this rate, we won't be able to lay wagers no more.
Then I better not let you down. Oh. Easy, stomach. Easy.
We're the last to board. If there's nothing left to say, then let's shove off, shall we?
Blue seas, clear skies, and boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
Enjoying yourself for a change?
There, look, my friends. Behold the scene of our next great adventure.
At last, we are come to the land you call the New World. To my home, Tural.
I love the jazz music. Always been a sucker for jazz.
Gods, I've seen cities with an impressive mix of cultures, but this is something else.
Is that a... No. I've never seen Varnu feathers in that color before.
You'll find much here you never knew existed. There may be a sea route now, but visitors to Tulihyolal are still few and far between. And as we don't build seafaring ships, only a handful of Turali ever venture abroad.
Mamulja sellswords mostly. Those willing to play the fool sail with Lominsan merchants to secure employment in Eorzea.
I suppose that makes us a rare sight in your country.
Rare and currently undocumented. Were there some forms we should fill out or...
Forms? Did you forget who you're traveling with?
You are outsiders? Visitors to Tural?
We are.
Our nation is soon to hold a right of succession to choose its next Dawn servant. We will not abide interference from foreign agents seeking to foment trouble. What brings you to Tule Yolal?
I can answer that. These fine people are allies in my succession bid.
Third promise. If you vouch for them, then all is well. Of course.
Please, accept our apologies.
No need to bow and scrape. That our soldiers are so diligent in their duties fills me with pride.
We'll be continuing our patrol then.
Well, well. You really are a figure of authority here.
Are you suggesting I don't look the part? Anyway, first things first. I bid you welcome to Tule Yolal.
Everything is very wooden. Oop. There we go. Despite the storm's efforts to the contrary, we are here, safe and sound. The nation of Turayalal. Oh. So, real quick, this is time to determine if I'm staying tank or if I go healer. Because she's a tank, and I have a bunch of other characters. Mage. Let's see what... Oh, hang on. Where is it? Character. What is the highest level? Because I don't want to go... Oh, hang on. Let's check. You know what? I know we ran healer in Dark. I can't remember what it's called. The one with the darkness. You know what? Let's go for it. Let's run healer this time around, shall I? And while I'm thinking of it, for some reason I don't have that here. For some reason, I have a couple of glamours. What do I want to run? That's the one I'm running. You know what? Let's run. No. We're a white mage. We're gonna look like a white mage. That's the one, right? Yeah, we're running white mage. We look like a white mage. First things first. Get that girl's 7-up. Oh, I realized we just arrived. We should get familiar with the city before the riot secession begins. No arguments here. It should very much like to explore. Then I'll guide you. Are you sure you're in any condition to do so? Aha! I was wondering who these strange folks were. So the third promise has found herself some followers then. Followers. Waclamat, are you unwell? No, not at all. Couldn't be better. Third promise does not get seasick. No, sir. As for my hand-picked entourage here, I've recruited them to help me win the rite of succession. I was about to show them around the city, in fact. That sounds lovely. But a group of foreigners is going to attract attention, especially when they're in the company of the third promise. Everyone will be curious. We certainly are. Your siblings have a tendency to command a respectful distance, but you are so easily to approach. And I enjoy it as much when they do. Please don't ever worry that you're a bother to me. Yeah, very kind. Good day to you, I promise. They did have a point. Waclamat is technically royalty here. Like it or not, a person of her station surrounded by many outsiders would draw a crowd. Wait, what do you mean technically? I suggest we move in two groups to draw less attention. Just technically ignoring me then. Eden, you and Carl come with me. I'll take the twins then. We'll get in touch once we've got a good look around. That voyage was hard on all of us. Let's take it slow and recuperate. We have enough time for that. Enjoy your wanderings. Perhaps we should wait a bit, at least until Waclamat's nausea subsides. No need for that. Look, I'm ready to go. Ugh. Can we just get to the 8th grade already? That'd be great. Okay, well, let's at least take off the hat for the moment. I'm fine now, really. Can't stand around all day feeling sorry for myself. But with the contest looming and all. Now then, seeing as we're already here, might as well tell you more about the harbor. Ironvale already mentioned the reefs on the coastal waters, which explains why you don't see many big ships moored at the docks. Only vessels shallow drafts can navigate the bay. Mostly small fishing boats and barges, ferrying cargo up and down the rivers from the inland settlements. Much of the incoming traffic is from Dawntrail, the southern landmass. The clans there produce various goods for export. Their wares are unloaded there and carted off to the merchant stalls in the neighboring markets. Speaking of which, Bayside Bevy should be our next stop. Yeah, I know how to work this stuff. Well, let's go. Do. I want to go up there, but I got to do all this first. Oh, looks like everybody's already getting to crafting. This is Bayside Bevy, Torreal's largest marketplace. Being right on the harbor, everything from fresh fish to imported wares go directly to the shelves. Anything you want, they most likely have it. Oh right, I should mention that here in Tulilale, we buy things with Pel, currency that the Pelupul created. Don't worry, much more trade is coming in from Eorzeus, so shops will happily accept Gil. There's also Wachu Mech May Mechme Mechmech? I don't know. Another market east of here. But that can't wait for another time. I have other places I want to show you first. Next we'll head back a bit northwards to the stars to a certain plaza. I can't wait for you to see the look on your faces. Yay, up to the Aetherite. What do you think of that, eh? Goodness, you have an Aetherites in Turliale? I think I told you, but my brother, Koana, spent 3 years studying in Charlian. He fell in love with the nation and its ways, and brought back to us the knowledge of Aetherite construction. Papa warmed to the idea and had one built immediately. Did you do the tuning thing? If you're ready to continue, we'll head down again, and then up to the slope to the side. Really, people. Right at the top of the gate, which leads to Zaktural. Let's make stop at the Bright Palm Post on the way. Though, that's the headquarters of the Lands Guard. Well, what do we got? I want to see the full map. Well, I was going to set this as home point while I'm here. Register favorite. Oh, overwrite. No, Crystarium's otherworldly. Let's remove Dragonhead. Okay. Register security. Okay, I don't have security tokens. I want to. Oh, I can't look at other. That's okay, so I'm stuck here then. Cool. Oh, I'm going this way. Music's great. I can have this playing in the background whenever I'm just chilling. Which is what I love about Final Fantasy music. You got some really good stuff. Make sure you get attuned to the Aetherite. I don't fully understand how it works, but I do know that you'll regret it if you forget. Let's get a little closer. Kyle? Trudging all the way up and down these slopes and stairs is exhausting. I understand now where Lamont gets her endless endurance. We have a lot of narrow and winding streets that crawl up the sides of the mountain. As you can see, though, the builders made sure that the city's main thoroughfares were wide enough to accommodate wagons. Okay. Yeah, it's more of the angle. How are you going to get heavy wagons up? Stuff like that. Ekawawaya Plaza. This is a big place. Okay, I do need to be hitting these shards every chance I get. we are, right Boom Post, the soldier station here responsible for defending Tulilale and preserving the peace. The Lance Guard are led by the nation's strongest warrior, and so naturally Papa has commanded them since the beginning. At least until 3 years ago when Zoral Ja took over as commander. The title is of no empty honor. It means that the first promise is considered equal to the Dawn's servant in martial strength. Meanwhile, I haven't even managed it. Well, I'll discuss my brothers and their accomplishments later. Alpino and the Alize should be around to hear it too. Come on, it's time to show you the Sky Gate. That's right, it's at the northern end of Talon March. And no! Jeez, I hate blind invites. People want to invite me to their free company. Be good and send a tell first. For the love of St. Pete. Hang on. Yeah. Some people. That's a big door. Massive, isn't it? On the other side is an equally massive bridge to match. Both were constructed by a race of giants, the Yukhoi. Strictly speaking, Torel is actually two separate continents. Yuk Torel and the southern islands of the Mother, and Zak Torel, the northern lands of the Father, which lie beyond the bridge. Legends say it used to be one great landmass, but long ago, long ago, a galaxy far, far away, the two gods fought in a titanic battle, and when one threw the other to the ground, the impact was so devastating it split the continent in twain. A familiar sounding tale I am put into the mind with a conflict between Heidelin and Zodiark. But getting back to Zak Turel, those lands are also part of the Turilale nation, correct? That's correct. Isn't my father incredible? He united the people of the two continents into one single nation. The many clans of Torel had been at war for generations. It was only when Papa traveled to the lands and put a stop to their myriad conflicts that we had peace. And that's the main reason I want to win the throne, so I can preserve the peace he built. But I see you're more interested in what's beyond the gate than hearing about my aspirations. Crossing the bridge to Zaktorel requires a special travel pass. Unfortunately, they won't issue any new passes until the rite of succession is over. I promise you to get you one when I'm done serving, but until then, you'll just have to wait. I'll hold you to that. I've never broken my word. Once the throne is mine, the travel permit is yours. We must have covered the city by now. Half the city by now. Turalale is unlike any other place I've visited. I am thoroughly enjoying myself. Let's see. We'll head west next towards the Ark of the Dawn. A dirigible landing on the way. We have dirigibles too? Sure, Lally certainly doesn't want for methods of travel. We get by now. I mean, we get by. Now, if you've seen enough of this area, let me know. We'll get on. Ark of the Dawn is to the south. It's on the other side of the city, so to speak. So if you see anything of interest as we walk, come on, you two. Got a long way to walk. So keep an eye out for the Aetherites. So there's gonna be one over here at the Volkshuna. Gonna probably hit this one. Yeah, I'm gonna hit them all as I go. No. Well, what do we got here? I am still struggling to conceive how one could construct an entire city on the side of a mountain. It was originally the site of Yokoi Temple. The giants built it when they were the first to make the bridge to Dawntrail to appease the gods who slumber in the great ocean trench. After the Yokoi withdrew, the temple stood empty for centuries, so when Papa established his new nation, he saw a structure that he could refurbish into a palace, sitting practically in the center of Terrell. He gathered artisans to do the work, and the house they built for themselves became the foundation of the city you see today. Speaking of houses, we'll be passing through the Replenting Quarter, the biggest residential district in Turriale. We'll climb to the set of stairs all the way up. Oh yeah, player housing. Been playing this game for like 6-8 years, something like that. Still haven't got a player house. You know what? Oh, nope, that's not where I'm going. So it looks like I have to go that way. Somewhere. To get that one. Can I go this way? Just jump? Ow. Oh dear Lord. Oh, okay, they didn't block it off. There she blows. My tongue is on fire. Okay. So this looks like the market area, which is good. Hit up the Aetherite. Cool. Who's all here? No one I know. Okay. I know a lot of people who just hang out by Aetherites for no reason. So what is this item I got? Stop. Let's grab that. No idea what a knapsack is. I have a cane. There it is. No, you stay there. Sword. Oh dear. It's not my cane, but I will make sure I upgrade. Put my glamour back on. Glamour number 6. Keep my cane normal. Okay, what's next? Over here by the market board. Good to know where that is, because I'm probably going to be spending the first half of the game in this area. And then the second half, and probably the other side, across that bridge. Where is it? There it is. So I'm going to try to keep these streams to about 2 hours. So if you guys want to hang around and watch, let me know. But I'm going to try to do these daily. So I think this is probably the player housing. I might as well talk to the porter. It's an alpaca. We don't have chocobos, we have alpacas. Oh. Okay. Oh. Gotta go up this staircase here, it looks like. So I should go all the way over here. Actually, you know what? Let's finish getting all these. So I do need to go over to the city of Stare. Oh, I gotta go up there too. That temple. The dirigible. Those are air balloons. Not air balloons. But dirigibles are just balloons, I guess. Almost there. Gotta get that one. That one. That's replenishment quarters. I'm already at the dirigible landing, so let's go back here. Oh, geez. The heck? This way? No? Shoot. Already lost. Let's get to running, guys. Or girls. Oh, he has a little one. So cute. Where is that? What's up top? That's a heck of a spot. The sheer scale of the palace is incredible. I wonder what that carving on the top represents. Papa's palace is called the Volak Sanusa, which roughly translates to invisible or invincible resilience. You probably want to take a closer look, but we'll be coming back here later. Let's get a move on for now. I want that point. I want that point. The winged walk, huh? And this, oh, I was gonna chomp it. Like, this probably gonna hurt. So this is the Replentant Quarter. What manner of people live here? Oh, we have residents from all the Yolktoral clans. Mama Jewel, Mamulja, Zabural, Pepetul, Moblin, Hanu. We also have Tunawada, Reshisaro, and Setona, who have moved south from their ancestral islands in Zaktural. In essence, it's a gathering of people from every corner of Tural. The true representation of Turali's diverse character. The adornments of each building contribute to the eclectic culture aesthetic. It's also beautiful. Glad you think so. Come, let's continue down the stairs. First, let's get the last one. And that's it. never seen such a huge instrument before. Or such a huge, an enormous drum. What would one even use to beat such a drum? That big drum is called the Dawn Herald. They play it for formal occasions, like when honoring the Lance Guard's return from a dangerous duty. What? I tried hitting it with my axe once and ripped the skin. Earned me a proper scalding. Let me tell you. I think that was the time Papa held me upside down by the ankle. What drum? Oh, that drum. Wait, there's something else? Well. You were originally supposed to go this way. Oh well. I just got a little out of the way. You're a pirate. Yep. And here are dirigibles. Not bad, eh? The other nations use airships to sail the skies, but you'll only find balloons in Toriale. We have them for the exact same reason as the Aetherites. Koana brought back the plans from Charlian, and Papa taught them fantastic and commissioned their construction. This was around 3 years ago. Since then, we've added flights to our other settlements. Trade with frontier communities has never been easier. But that's enough about the rituals. The Arch of the Dawn awaits. This is the Arch of the Dawn. When the giants were still here, it was known as Dawntrail Landgate. But when Papa founded Toriale, everyone began to using the present name in honor of the great achievement. Though this gate is Kozamaku, the wetlands south of the city. Depending on what the right of succession asks of us, we may end up going in that direction. Kozamaku? That name alone is intriguing. Speaking of which, what are those fluffy animals we passed earlier? Alpaca! They're just so adorable. Those are alpaca. Fearsome, four-legged fiends. Fearsome? They seem quite placid to me. You'll learn soon enough. But forget the alpacas. I have some far more important to show you. Come along. She got into a fight with an alpaca. Watch that be the story. She fought an alpaca and lost. you wish to learn the history of Tuliyollal, you look no further. You stone pillars, you mean? What is special about these pillars, if I may ask? At a glance, it looks like an ordinary stone decoration. But if you take a really good look, you will see that there's something more interesting. Well, the music just suddenly changed. Nice. Pictures? Wait, no, these are glyphs. They seem to tell a series of stories, many of them featuring a two-headed Mamulja. Oh, then this must be... That's right. These follow the exploits of my father, Gaul Jaja, and his journey to unite our lands. We call it the Tuliyollal Saga. The deeds he performed and the bonds he forged, all immortalized in stone. There's no better way to learn how Tuliyollal came to be. Study them as long as you like. Oh, this is interesting. Well, start with her. The four stones closest to us cover the first half of Papa's travels. Let's start with those. Okay, well, Brotherhood. The pillar lies at the base of the Brotherhood. It depicts the scene where Papa granted an audience to a foreign explorer, Ket something. I can never remember his name. You mean Keturam? Yes, that's the one. Keturam's arrival in Tural was what prompted Papa to embark on his own journey. He said the two grew to be close friends, brothers in spirit, if not in blood. But no one knows what became of the explorer in the later years. Keturam's disappearance is a mystery in Eorzea as well. Records say he traveled between our lands and yours for a while, and then it assumes he was lost to sea. Here we have the Lay of Reeds, the story of when Papa visited the Hanu and their village in Kazamaku. The people Alphano also mistook for Vanu. If not for the colorful plumage, he spent a fair bit of time among the Vanu in the Sea of Clouds. So there's no surprise he took an interest into your countrymen. I didn't know how it was with your Vanu, but our Hanu are as a bright and cheerful sort. They hold this one festival every year. Very famous and not so fun. Let's see, this one is the Lay of Pots, which depicts the moblins of Kamazuaka, whatever the think it's called. They haven't said anything yet. They might wear odd masks and sound weirdly muffled when they talk, but the gold and silverware they sell is the best you'll ever find. Moblin goods are the standard when it comes to gift giving. Clearly, the Vanu aren't the only people with distant Tyrell counterparts. That's the goblins. This one recounts the lay of repast. As you can probably tell, the figure depicts here is of the Zabral, like me. For decades, the Zabral and the Mamulja were at war for control of the forest at Yaktil. The actions Papa took to end the conflict have since been hailed as the first steps of the founding of Tulelala. There's a clan of Hrothgar and Balja known as Hellions. In their society, women rule as queens, and the men serve as devoted subjects. Yet here in Tyrell, Zabral men and women appear to be equal in status. How dramatically culture can vary with location. Well, if you're done with the first half, we can move to the second. Can't this be voiced? Because I'm really hurting with these pronunciations. These are the four that compromise the rest of the saga. I guess you do this one last. Ah, the Leia proof. That big fellow is of the Yonkoi, the largest of Tyrell's peoples. These giants once used their great size and strength to establish a dominion encompassing all of Yog-Tyrell. Having brought the southern races to heel, they turned northward, setting their sights beyond Yog-Tyrell. You'll recall the massive bridge they built beyond the Skygate. Sometime after launching their northern campaign, however, they just gave up. They abandoned the lands they conquered and withdrew to the mountains of Urkopaka. I've never seen any of their kind so much as set a foot in their city. This was a people with the power and resourcefulness to rise a temple on a mountaintop and build a bridge across the sea with stone. What would move them to renounce their ambitions and their place in Tyrelli history? The Lay of Gold, the pillar, shows one of Palu Palu, the homeland whose homeland is in Urkopaka. Having created our currency, the Palu are rightfully known as the Merchant Clan. They oversee Tyrelli's markets, and their traveling peddlers are a common sight no matter where you go in Tyrell. Are these the potatoes? Don't let their size fool you. They might be mistaken as children, but beneath those beaked masks, they are clever and calculating traders. Yeah, I call them potatoes, whatever. This one is my favorite. The Lay of Ice depicts a battle of the legendary Tuol Vidral Galmanda. I should explain. The Tyrell Vidral is a creature that has lived far beyond its usual lifespan and has awakened to preternatural power. Valley itself was dubbed the Sky Ruin, a name earned for the destruction and terror it visited upon Terrell every time it stirs from its slumber. But 80 years ago or so, its ruinous reign was brought to an end. After the great struggle, Papa and his comrades managed to overcome the raging Vidral and sealed it away in the mountains. Despite the reputation, however, Valley was also a symbol of power. That is why you'll see its likeness in Turali's national emblem and adoring the banners at the palace. Oh, this one is unmarked. Papa said he left a blank for the next chapter in Turiale's history, whatever that might be. Had your fulfill of history then? Sure. Yes, thank you. Wish it was voiced. Ah, glad to hear it. Now, I feel awfully hungry all of a sudden. No surprise in seeing I couldn't keep anything down for a while. But now that I think I'm ready to eat again. So let's go have ourselves a bite of the local delicacy. Come, I'll take you to the best restaurant in the city. I like the sound of that. I feel I'm out of place in all this white. Almost has a chocobo sound to the music. Have you ever heard of tacos? They are a Tolelale classic. You bake a crunchy shell made from corn flour and fill it with meat and salad. A lot of shops stalls that sell them, but I like how they're made here at Zabalavte's Best. And I need one right now in front of me. Right now. Let's head downstairs and place an order with old Burak Ivu. Okay. Yeah, that's one thing about this game. It's all about the food. There's a lot of references to food.
My companions must sample your heavenly tacos. One for each of us, please.
Right away, promise. And I'll pack them tight with my choicest feelings. Only the best for you and your friends.
Did you hear the Silver Scales are back? Seems their overseas foray ended in disaster. More than half their warband is missing, including their leader.
Aye, and now keen to rebuild their broken reputations, the survivors seek the Golden City. A fool's errand. How many hopefuls have disappeared in search of that fable? They should count their lucky stars they came home alive at all.
The legend of the Golden City is well known here, I take it.
It is, but as no one's ever seen it, many question if there is any truth to the tale. Like our skeptical Erinville.
I can't imagine the Dawn Servant would request a formal survey for a place that doesn't exist.
to find a spot with a pleasant view to enjoy our crunchy spoils. Oh. Oh.
If it isn't the third promise.
Oh. No.
It's one of her brothers.
I don't know these ones. New salt.
Dredge from foreign waters is my guess, brother.
Of course, that's it. Wuklamat is so afraid of the coming contest that she went crying for special help.
Was there something you wanted, Bakul Jaja?
The third promise remembers us! Such an honor.
Glory on your name, brother.
And on yours, brother.
I know my rivals for the throne. Nothing more.
Another child of the Dawn Servant?
No, this brute.
We have no ties to their farce of a family. Unlike the sneevling housecut, we are blessed siblings, the ultimate chosen. We alone are fit to succeed Golul Jaja as Dawn Servant.
All peoples are equal in Tulihiola. Your heritage gives you no greater claim to the throne.
Shall we test that idea here and now? See if your strength is equal to ours.
None of this has any bearing on the right of succession, correct? Best not waste your energies on pointless scuffles.
The kitten comes to the house cat's defense.
Pathetic. Since when was our nation overrun by mewling weaklings?
Listen to me, you.
A two-headed Mamoja. I knew of them, but that's the first I've seen in the flesh.
Some get it into their twin heads that they're destined to follow in my father's footsteps. So they travel to distant lands to hone their battlecraft. Those are likely the ones you've heard about.
Are there other two-headed claimants?
No, just Bakul Jaja. Even in Tural, his kind are far from common. The Mamulja people largely belong to one of three clans. The Hubigo, the Bunewa, and the Dopro. Every once in a great while, a two-headed offspring is born from a union between the brown-scaled Hubigo and the blue-scaled Bunewa. The child grows to possess immense strength, both physical and magical.
Blessed siblings indeed.
Forget them. Let's go and buy more tacos. I can think of nothing better to rid me of this bad taste in my mouth.
Enjoying your tour of the city, I trust. We've seen our share of notable sights and took a moment to rest. As such, we're ready to present ourselves at the palace for the rite of succession. Shall we meet you there?
The palace it is. I'll let Wooklamart know.
No tacos today.
Destiny calls. Perhaps we can return for more tacos later?
So it goes.
She really wanted her tacos. I'm gonna put this out there, and I know I'm gonna get hate for it. Not a fan of tacos. I was looking forward to trying some authentic Tuliale cuisine, but we should hurry and join Alfredo and the others at the palace. Alright, Spirit of Climb to the top. You can head up from the Pleasant quarters or even the east side of the Tholen March if you prefer. Know that you have an idea of how the city's layout. You'll be able to find on your own way to Volux Snusa. My poor empty belly. You know, you guys can walk. You guys can walk all you want. I never understood palaces. Do they need to be this large? Good. I mean, you made it. Good. When we're all inside, I'm still hungry, even enough to eat a whole roast cabroli. But the contest won't wait for us forever. Okay. Use. Oh, dear Lord. No, thank you. I don't do good with green and pink. Sorry. I acquainted the twins with the city, and the best I could in such a short time. Their unbridled enthusiasm made it rather difficult. Invariably, something would catch their eye, spurring them to run down an alley to investigate. It was like herding a pair of unruly curls. I understood all too well. Charlianne had the same effect on me. Right then, now that it is time we saw the inside of the palace, Papa will want to know I'm home and to meet the allies I've chosen. Given how impulsive he is, though, there's no telling how he might be, what we might be in favor for. Is that a Stinian?
Estinian? When did he get here?
What's the point? Why is he here?
Oh, you know this man? Whenever my father spots a promising opponent, he invites them to Sunperch to duel. Pressing duties or no, he can't resist a good fight.
the one Estinian is crossing blades with.
That would do, Spearman. I will receive my darling daughter.
Steady, Ed. What are you doing here?
Know that you are the strongest I fought in many a moon, if not longer. It is the privilege of a life long lived to face such a formidable soul.
If it's formidable you want, then look no further than that woman there.
Hey, let me out of this. I'm in healer mode this time.
I see you, warrior.
We had no idea you meant to visit Taral.
I've seen what lies east. This time I chose west.
And thus did our itinerant dragoon make his travel plans.
You witnessed our bout. If you thought he was fearsome, that was with one head dozing.
I'm not sure I understand.
The old man has been feeling his years. The uncovered side is the head of resolve, and age has only deepened his love for combat. But the head of reason, wiser of the two, sleeps more and more these days. As I understand it, the veil helps with the restoration of his magical energies.
Enough about me, Lamati. I want to hear of your adventures.
Lamachi.
A term of endearment. It's what my family calls me.
When last did we see you in the palace? Greetings, Solonesh.
It's Erenville now, Dawntrail. I took the name while abroad, and have since grown accustomed to it.
Erenville, then. And these others? I assume are Lamati's recruited allies. Ha! Old-tempered steel. Yet as much as I enjoy testing their metal, the hour of the right is at hand. I will summon the other claimants at once.
Then I shall leave you to it. Good fortune, my friends.
Claimants are assembled. The
The first promise, Sorolja. The second promise, Ona. The third promise, Uklamat. And lastly, the chosen of Mamuk, Bakun Jaja. You four will compete in the rite of succession, the outcome of which will decide who takes my place as Dawn Servant. I am not the man I once was. My wiser half sleeps the days away, and it is time I yield my position. But mine is a torch that has never been passed. Tuliola is young, and so I look to the always for inspiration. The rite of succession, the means by which the autarch of Mamuk was chosen. Only the two-headed were deemed fit for this contest. But the Tuliola I built is a nation of many peoples. Our leader needn't have two heads, nor be a Mamulcha at all. So I gave the right of claimant, not only to the son I sired, but to my adopted children as well. Yet the opportunity to rule was still not equal. That is why a recent tournament offered a place in the contest as the winning prize.
Now you have us to compete against. Though it seems the One-Head was already too afraid to face us in the tournament.
Our brother was in Shock Tural leading the Landsguard on a campaign to eradicate a Tural Vidral. Anyone with sense will know he was too busy for games.
Now for the part you've been waiting to hear. The nature of the contest itself. To triumph in the rite of succession, and thereby claim our nation's throne, you must travel the lands of Yogg-Tural and find the City of Gold.
If I may, Father.
Speak, Kona.
The Golden City is an ancient Turali legend, but after so many failed attempts to find it, the story has become more fairy tale than fact. If you would charge us with such a quest, are we then to assume you have proof of the city's existence?
I offer as proof my unbroken word, for I have seen it with my own four eyes.
The city's real. All those years.
This was before the founding of Tuliola. I traveled the lands of Tural with my companions, and we ended our journey at the gates to the Golden City. I mean to have you do the same, but in order to achieve victory proper, you need to break the seal I put in place. Bring them.
Tuliyola saga.
You will retrace the path I walked to unite our peoples, step by step. Along the way, 7 chosen electors will be waiting to measure your worth. Earn their keystones by performing the feats they ask of you. Once you've fitted each of the 7 tablets with the keystone, you'll have the key to unlock the seal on the Golden City's gates.
So the contest is in stages, none of which can be skipped by rushing to the ultimate objective.
Exactly. Exciting, isn't it?
Martial tournaments, hunting festivals, and now this? You do so love your contests, Papa.
Were I a few years younger, I would have joined in myself, giving you a proper challenge. You may think the ride is tedious or nonsensical, or both, but I am yielding our nation's throne. Let me have this final indulgence.
A waste of time. Just name Bakunja just successor and be done with it.
The rite of succession begins now. I'll be watching your progress with great interest. And Clement, remember to collect your tablets before you leave. You are one of Lamachi's allies. Speak freely.
I am Cryle Baldessian, representative of the students of Baldessian. My name is perhaps familiar to you?
Ah.
It would seem you sent this letter to my orders some years ago. The ink has since faded and much of the writing is illegible. Even so, we managed to determine the essence of it. A request to investigate the Golden City, addressed to my grandfather, Galuf. Included with the correspondence was this earring. A fairy tale and a piece of jewelry were enough to convince my grandfather to sail halfway across the world. So there is surely some greater mystery at work here. On behalf of the students, I've come to seek clarification on the matter. Have you any knowledge you might share with me?
No, not at this time. have tasked the claimants with finding the Golden City. To fulfill your request, would afford one of them an unfair advantage in the right of succession. But once the contest is decided, I plan to entrust the entire truth to my successor. If you want to hear it, then you had best help Lamachi win.
Very well, Dawn Servant. On my honor as a student of Baldessian, I will find your Golden City. Thank you for hearing my petition.
How about that? She's grown into a remarkable young woman. You should be proud, Galov.
Too late to change your mind now, I suppose. But are you sure you wish to be part of this? Our third promise is not wont to take no for an answer. Though you may have agreed to help, I worry that you were swept up in her relentless enthusiasm. Or perhaps you've been lured by the glory of the Golden City. Either way, this contest for the throne will place you and yours at the heart of political turmoil. If you are second-guessing your decision, tell me now. This may be my last chance to help you withdraw.
Life is a series of journeys, my friend, and there's no telling what awaits us on the long road. But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it. Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another.
I've made my decision. I mean to see it through.
Is that so? I will speak no more of it then. As for my own involvement, I can no longer conduct myself as a mere guide, I think. Not after the Dawn Servant's revelation.
Here they come! It's Saralja! Such a fearsome mien. Make no mistake, there goes Tuliola's mightiest warrior.
First promise, our village needs aid. The cold weather stunts our crops, and the children of our village go hungry. Once you ascend the throne, I beg of you, grant my people new lands, please!
Serelja.
Take heart, tiller of the soil. The resilient son, blood heir to the Dawn Servant, has heard your pleas.
Soralja, the first promise and commander of the Landsguard. Sarelja, the palaceer. As he was so careful to remind the crowd, Soralja is indeed the natural child of Gurul Jaja.
And Resilient Son, is that another title, like the first promise?
After a fashion. Common knowledge has it that two-headed Mamulja cannot sire children. Yet Soralja was born all the same, with the head of Resolve's features and the head of Reason's scales. An extraordinary example of life's unyielding resilience.
And a warrior's reticence. He says little, but the way he moves... I know a hardened soldier when I see one.
He's a natural swordsman, a gift he inherited from his father. Some even say that the son has already surpassed the sire. Should he come to power, the first promise means to employ that martial prowess in the conquest of foreign lands. For this, he and his supporters have been labeled expansionists. This puts him in direct opposition to Wuklamat, who advocates for the preservation of peace. You may recall that she spoke of a claimant who cannot be allowed to rule. That is Soralja, the warmonger.
Cryon, are you alright?
The echo. It gave me a glimpse into Zoralja's ambitions. Deep and unknowable, like an abyss. Yet at the same time, a roaring, unquenchable fire. It was a trifle terrifying, to be frank.
Second promise, you must bring us more marvelous conveniences. More dirigibles and trains and the like. We need you in charge to make trading easier.
That looks like an Albed. What the hell?
The elders, they complain and complain about abandoning tradition. But we're not like them, afraid of everything foreign and new.
Is this gonna have a Final Fantasy X
With your
theme?
ingenuity and knowledge, you're sure to win the contest.
It's an Albed.
Forgive me, but the right of succession is barely begun. I will hear your petitions if and when I am named Dawnservant. If you will excuse me.
Plain spoken, as always. That's Arcona. Practical to a fault.
Here we have Kona, the second promise, who spent time as a pupil at Charlian's own studio.
Now that you mention it, I think I did see him in the halls once or twice. There was nothing to suggest he was Turali, much less from a royal family.
That was by design. He forwent his usual garb and took an Eorzean name to avoid attention.
So it was Kona who introduced the dirigibles. And the railway too, given what we just heard.
In furtherance of his goal, to enrich Tuliolal with every bright notion he learned of in Charlian. He is the hope of those who prize innovation. As aloof as he may seem, Kona and Wuklamat actually get along rather well. They bicker and banter as only close siblings do.
How gracious of you all to cheer the lesser Clavans. you afraid of? I'm no different from your Dawn servant. That my kind should reign is Mamulja tradition, and has been so since before there was a Tuliola. I'll brush aside your feeble contenders, and then you'll see who deserves your fealty.
Well said, brother.
The Mamulja have finally found peace in Tuliolal. I pity those fanatics are intent on keeping that tradition alive.
The chosen of Mamuk, Bakul Jaja, winner of the recent martial tournament, and the only claimant not of the Dawn's promise. His strength is undeniable, but you see how he is. A few devoted Mamulja are his only supporters.
What would he do with the throne should he win it?
His policies and so forth. I doubt he's thought much beyond winning the contest itself. But one thing seems certain. If he does become Dawn Servant, he will see the Mamulja exalted as the ruling class, and all others forced into subservience.
Sounds like another that cannot be allowed to rule.
And it looks like our gal doesn't have many supporters. That's upsetting.
We wish for one thing and one thing only, Third Promise. To abide together in harmony with our neighbors whom we love in this land we share. It is our way, the Turoli way.
Galul Jaja built for us this peaceful nation, and we beg you to preserve it.
You have my word. I won't let your pleas go unanswered.
Until Tuliolal was founded some 80 years ago, this continent was ravaged by war. The eldest among us remember that dark era, and they are Wuklamat's most ardent supporters.
Apologies, it's hard to get away. This is Namika, my childhood nursemaid. She's been like a mother to me my whole life. I told her it wasn't necessary, but she insisted on seeing us off.
I place our precious third promise into your care.
Did you know Wuklamat was taking part in the rite of succession?
Of the Dawn's promise? I thought it was only Zoralja and Kona. If she has any accomplishments to her name, I've yet to hear them.
Ouch.
Compared to the two Mamulja, she pales in martial prowess. And then there's Kona, who's far and away the most educated of the bunch. I hate to say it, but it's hardly a competition.
Ouch.
It's fine. More than anyone. I understand how much better my brothers are than me.
Better? Wuklamat. I have never thought of you as the lesser sibling. Your brothers may excel in their respective ways, but you boast qualities that both lack. A strength that is yours alone. Having cared for you for so long, I should know.
Thank you, Namika. Well, we ought to be on our way.
Yes, hurry along. I await word of your victory with bated breath.
Well, so much for the brief reunion that I had in mind. Papa is not one to waste time when he decides to act. I am used to it by now, of course, but there are others often caught off guard. In any case, we should talk about how we're going to find the City of Gold. All we have to work on is 7 tablets of their connection to the Tuliyola saga. Might I suggest first comparing the tablets against the pillars? We could check for any discrepancies between them. Good idea, let's go have a look. Whoa! Okay. So, how does Dawntrail come into it? We've seen the Dawn Servant. But what is Dawntrail? Is it like the trail of the Dawn Servant or something? Whee! It's gonna hurt. Ow! Hey, wait a minute. I'm a healer. It makes sense. Everyone, well, lock the tablets if you would. Of course. Please be vocal. Nope, probably not. Everyone has a tablet. Then let's compare them to the respective pillars. Keep an eye out for even the smallest differences. Seven tablets, 7 people. Where's your Stola? She'd have this figured out in seconds. Unless I'm missing something, the glyphs appear to be identical. The only difference is that the tablets have hollows where the keystones are to be fitted. So now we've established that the scenes are the same. Where do we go from here? The Dawn Servant said we need to retrace the path that he walked in uniting the Tyrell's people. And we would encounter the 7 electors along the way. Then we have to answer. We have the answer here in front of us. Papa's path is all laid out in the Tuliyola saga. The events of the glyphs portray. Do we know the exact locations where they first took place? If one is close, we could go there and search for an elector. That would confirm we're on the right track. Let me think. The Lay of the Reeds was in nearby Hanu Hanu settlement. Papa took me there once during the festival season. The whole village was alive with good cheer. It's also the Lay of Gold, the one that involved the Pelu Pelu village, which is about the same distance from here. Before going anywhere, we should ask around about the road ahead. I heard of the talk that as we toured the people about a storm we passed through at the sea. Apparently, it ravaged York Torel several days ago. Since the roads are not as well paved as Eorzea's, they've more susceptible to damage from natural disasters. If we want to avoid wasting time taking a dead-end trail, I suggest we spend a few moments making inquiries. If it's information we need, leave it to me. I'll bring the information to us. It would be prudent to ensure we've prepared for the journey. I'll guide you to the accommodations we have arranged. Is this the inn? Is that what this is, and not the... That's right, the reservation is under Wilklamat's name. If you don't mind, I'll leave my companions to you. Certainly, sir. I'll go and track down the third promise. Once you finish organizing your gear, you can meet us outside Zabaliav Tia. Words. Greetings, visitors to Talule. Welcome to the Ford's cabin. Whenever you are ready, I'll show you your rooms. See what we're working with here. Not too bad. Oh, that's nice. Even got a view. And you know what? I think this is a good spot to end it. So as I said, I'm going to try to keep these to about 2 hours. I'm going to try to do daily live streams about the same time, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. No, it looks like it more 5:30 to 7:30, but around that time. Just keep an eye on the channel. Hit that subscribe, that bell icon if you want to follow the stream. But this is it for now. I'm probably going to go and see if I can make something more prudent for my mage outfit. But for now, thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. And until next time, take care.